I do like how Dante brought to clarity the difference between reason and love. And I think it's the first ring of hell. He's got all the poets and philosophers that were born before Christ. And since they were ignorant of Christ, and they sought reason before love, they were the least tormented. They could have their own joy and bliss in hell under the light of their reason. As Virgil, as his guide, was one of these. But love is something that is irrational in that it encompasses forgiveness and grace. And that this forgiveness and grace can liberate, unlike reason, rationale, and the intellect. I enjoyed that idea. I enjoy that idea. You can have absolutely everything you want in life for the price of your soul, that kind of thing. It's the use of brute force and strategy to get what you want, but you lose everything to have what you've got. And we can convince ourselves, and this is what I've run into with multiple and various authorities. I see the multiple and various authorities that I've come in contact with as people in a process of self-teaching. They're learning how to deal with their power and come to terms with it. And they are, in my case, failing miserably in their ability to let love guide them, and they're excelling in their reason and the reasons why they do everything. You know, they say, well, it's the law. And this is, you know, part of my talks are all about I lost it. Anyway, I don't think it's my job to fix anybody. I think it's my job. What I was going to say is that what I've said through my talks is that our spirit informs all of the systems. And the development of our relationship to our spirit, which I understand that's a metaphysical term, and it could be termed in a bunch of different ways depending upon your categories of thought and where you place it and your definitions and everything. But there is this divine superfluousness that understands that this abundance in life has its own beauty and majesty. There's more than enough. And we get caught up in there not being enough because we get caught up in, you know, how people are mistreated. We get caught up in the oppressions of the world because we're trying to come to terms with and learn through these experiences just how wonderful life is at all times. And it's our abuse of power, you know, and through our abuse of power we create these imbalances and wanting more than our share at another person's expense. I am so grateful. I am so very, very grateful. However, I'm not so grateful that I will defile myself to sustain something that is not a possession, but a wellspring coming forth. And simultaneously, I'm born into times and addressing people who are looking for a fight. And I believe that to inform them of the ridiculousness of it, and to give a good old-fashioned object lesson of a wonder and awe before the majesty of life, I need to be able to just trudge on through and let them figure it out as they'll figure it out, and be that object lesson of acceptance. And I understand there's a lot of people out there that go contrary to that. We need to fight, you know. Homer was also in that Divine Comedy, in the first ring of hell, with his, you know, armor and battle gear. Anyway, he was there because he was a poet, not because he was a warrior. And it was a 10 years war, and I can't help but look at you know, the war on terror and this Arab Spring, as they're calling it, where all these Arab countries are rebelling and reforming their own civilizations, their own nations. Springtime is wonderful, but this bloody battle against those who want more than their share at another person's expense. You know, it's not about winning the game, it's about how you play it, kind of thing. There's that philosophy there that you need to enjoy yourself. And we paint ourselves into our own little corners. I'm so very grateful. Have a good day.